Welcome.
Hanging and Jack.
Jiving.
Episode
13. I'm sorry, this is episode 13. This is episode. Welcome to Hanging Jiving. This is episode 13. My Son the Lover.
My Son the Lover.
My son works. Sorry, that's from my movie.
Oh.
Do you have a movie?
So what entails in this episode?
All right, Dre. Thanks for asking. Anyway, so this is episode 13. My son. I think this is the last. This is the last.
Oh yeah, this
episode
is the last
of season 1. Last episode of season 1. What'd you say?
We got through a whole freaking first season. Seems like forever. Go ahead.
Yeah. So this episode starts off with hopefully it's about JJ crush on a girl from his high school. And this girl, so basically it starts off with Thelma's, I guess, complaining about some JJ's paintings, all his paintings and stuff like that. And, I don't really know.
She accused of using up her paint, but actually it was James.
Oh, okay.
I remember that.
Yeah. So then JJ's in a good mood because there's a girl at his school named Marcy that has, I guess, taken some notice to him and wants him to paint a portrait of her. And so he's taking it a little bit step further, thinking that her wanting to have a painting, having her picture pointed is actually her really actually that she likes him, or it's an opportunity for him to get her to for her to like, to get them together, an opportunity for him to be her on her playing field so that he can get a date with her and maybe start a relationship or something like that. And so, so he's pretty trying to spruce himself up and trying to put cologne on, I think, and just try to make himself appealing to her and, getting dressed up, and he's doing extra stuff. And James, he thinks he's proud of his son, that he's proud that his son is, liking girls. He's 17 years old. He thinks it's great. It's cute that JJ is attracting women. However, Florida is not so supportive of this, I guess. She's kind of sort of jealous.
Being a hater.
Yeah, and jealous about, JJ being out there. And I'm like, yeah, why? I guess there's always got to be an antagonist in this, in a sense. I don't understand why. Your son is 17. He's wouldn't he, be attracted to girls and want to date, whatever. So, and I guess maybe she's getting a little bit, nervous about it because he went down to Willona's boutique and bought a keepsake for, like a jewelry for her, and had it engraved and things like that. And so, he's like, I guess she's thinking this is too serious for a teenage boy to buy something for a girl that shouldn't be so serious. I guess she's feeling that you shouldn't take things so seriously when you're so young. So, so basically, she's just, kind of jealous and kind of perturbed at the, this crush that JJ has, which is a crush, but whatever. But JJ thinks it's going to be something that's serious. So basically, she comes by, Marcy, who comes by, played by, the actress's name is called Tanisha. That's just, that was the credits. That was, yeah. She comes by and she, Huh?
That's all the credit said?
Yeah, Ta Tanisha, no last
Tanisha?
name. Ta dash Tanisha or something like that. Ta Tata Tanisha, something like
Okay.
that. So I guess she thought she was gonna be a star, so she only needed one name. So so basically Marcy comes by, she talks to JJ and she, get a consultation, and JJ start, awestruck in her beauty. And another thing too, a side note, is that she you know, I guess she goes to Thelma's and JJ's high school, but she's a really popular girl, and she's probably stuck up, and she doesn't really talk to Thelma, and Thelma's like, I don't really talk to her. She's just one of those girls that just doesn't talk to me. I don't really get her. And so, but she comes by,
Mhm.
she gets consultation, and JJ says, I'll paint it for you. And he's just like, yeah, this is the girl for me. I think I want to marry her. She's beautiful, and everybody's just like, no, whatever. James is all for it. He thinks it's cute. Thelma and Florida, they're like, whatever, that, this girl's, you don't really know her. You don't know what's going on. So basically, after she leaves and gets a consultation about what she's going to paint, JJ's like, I think this is the girl for me. I want to do it. And so it was the day that she's supposed to come over and, I guess, get the point. I guess she already posed for the portrait. And then she's going to come over to retrieve the finished product. And JJ comes out and he's dressed, and he's going to, he wrote a poem for her. He's going to give her the little jewelry trinket for her, and he's dressed in his multicolored outfit. Florida gets even more upset and mad, and she's just like, why would you like somebody like this? You don't know her, and JJ's like, I think I'm going to propose, but propose to be my girl. And just makes Florida even more upset, which I'm like, I don't understand. And come to find out, the girl already has a boyfriend, and it breaks JJ's heart. And the family, they support him. And however, and and like 2 minutes later, JJ gets a call from a girl from his, he knows, who invites him to a concert. And the Gladys Knight, the Pips. And he's back up, and he's like happy, and he takes the trinket that he was going to give to Marcy, and he takes it, and he's going to give it to this new girl who invited to the concert, named Charlotte. And that's pretty much the end. And then that's pretty much the end of the episode. That's pretty much anything that I missed on that you wanted to add.
Okay, so my favorite part
Oh, we're
of
interpreting
this
this.
episode, huh?
Is there any part I missed in the episode?
Oh, not pretty much. No, I mean, the only thing you missed and everybody missed was there's no Michael in this episode.
Okay.
Don't know why, but I guess, it was really nothing. I mean, they could have, I don't know, they could have had him in sparingly in the beginning or something, and that's it. I don't know. Because this all takes place of like one day anyway. It's like one day, so he could be outside playing all day or something.
Yeah.
Or at the library or something. Because if it's a school day or a school whatever, pretty much covered everything.
So what did you like about it?
Well, my favorite part of this whole episode is the fact that she goes to the same high school as JJ and Thelma, and she never spoke to Thelma. And Thelma's like, when she came over and she was all faking shit, like, oh, hey, what are you doing? Good, Marcy, how are you? That right there is my most favorite part of this episode, because I don't know. I just thought every time I watch it, I just crack up at it because it's funny, and I never seen Thelma so much being like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's like she's just in that split second, like, because I think in most parts Thelma is pretty much cool and like a little bit warms up to everybody. But this one, she's like, you a fake ass. So I don't know why you want to talk to me just because you want my brother to paint you something. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but it I don't know. That little part right there is my favorite, in my opinion, the one of the funniest parts of the episode. And I love when she does that little part. Well, and then James, when he gets all like flattered when he, gets a compliment from any woman, and James Florida always side eyes him and stuff. That'd be funny too. That'd be funny. But oh, you just asking what I like about it, because I have a little bit of critical parts.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You can go into critical.
Well, like you said before, like I stated, like Florida, I don't know why they have to have Florida as being a hater of this, because this is nothing but pure, like, your son JJ loves women every day, loves different women every day, and he can
Well,
go
we don't see
from
that. We
loving
don't see
this
that
one.
until the future episode. So this is just from now on. This is just starting from season
Well,
one.
yeah, but I'm just saying, like, they didn't have to have like how James was. James is like, oh, what? Calm down. He ain't gonna do nothing. It's nothing serious. It's just another girl or whatever. But like Florida is like just all up in arms for what? I'm not understanding why they had to have her be like, because when JJ said, in when Marcy changes in Thelma's room, and JJ's like, in that room could be the future uh Mrs. James Evans Jr. And then Florida's like, standing here is the angry, or having a fit is the present Mrs. James Evans Sr. So I'm like, okay, Florida, oh, well, he ain't gonna marry that chick. Just, it's just another fly by night or whatever. And I don't know. I just like, they didn't have to make her being upset so quick over this, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking more into it, but it could have been, because overall this episode is a lighthearted. It's very, very lighthearted. I appreciate this. This is a very lighthearted episode. Nobody is worried about, rent getting taken away, or getting put out, or not paying this bill, that bill. It's just it's like, it shows that this, despite of whatever, normal stuff goes on, like normal stuff is like, just, normal, like, teenage-ish stuff goes on. Like, it's, not every day is like worrying about the struggle. So this is a very lighthearted episode. But once again, Florida is being a hater.
Mm-hmm.
It's because he's a little bit too caught up in this girl, which is, like, okay, so don't move on. It's not that serious. I don't know. I don't know. That's my.
Well, I have a few points of this episode. Well, first of all, I just like to say that I love the early 70s. It's very pro-Black. Very, the thing is, the first thing I noticed is that Marcy, played by Tatanisha, whatever her name is, she's dark-skinned lady. She's the focus of the beauty. She's not. If I was like, I was thinking if this episode was maybe the Fresh Prince, real hot, hard eye roll. If this was the Fresh Prince, and it was Will Smith's. I've if it was Will Smith's crush, she wouldn't be darker. She wouldn't be dark skinned. I think to Tanisha, if you look at her face, she's a. I mean, if just not because of the character, but in real life, if you look at this woman, she is beautiful. She's got big brown eyes. Great. I mean, just looking at her, I'm like, this is a really beautiful woman. Great hoop earrings. I'm like, she is beautiful, and I'm glad that they put this woman as someone as that someone desires. That's the first thing, and I'm like, that's excellent. That's the first thing I noticed. Um, I think another thing too is like with Florida. Yeah, she's a hater because it doesn't make any sense why you wouldn't want your son to date. But however, a lot of mothers, some mothers, I should say a lot, some mothers don't like it when their son dates for different reasons. Some are, some mothers are protective over their sons. And I'll just say that for just a generalization. Some mothers want to make sure their sons don't get hurt, and sons, fathers as well. So if Thelma's talking about this girl's fake and I don't talk to her, Florida's just like, why would you want somebody who's just stuck up like that? You ain't gonna come in here and break my son's heart with your old ways. Maybe Florida's the one Florida sees through her, through this girl. She probably never met her. She did meet her, but she's just like, doesn't sound like somebody, and that's another thing too, is like, you just met this girl and you just like her all of a sudden. I would be side-eyeing too. I'm like, come on, you're not going to do nothing with this girl. You just met her. So that's one thing. However, yeah, if your kids are 17 to 16, yeah, they're probably most likely, and they should be. I guess they should be dating. I would understand, but I guess another thing too is that this kind of hit home for me, and it's a topic that should hit home with you. Is that unrequited love, crushes. Shout out to Arkansas. That sometimes when we have crushes on people, it doesn't always turn out how we want. And sometimes it's people on the outside that tell us, hey, that person's not really for you. But we, like JJ, don't listen but just like the person anyway. And just, I think we had a conversation about that on Thursday, is that how people are, huh?
Yeah. Go ahead.
What'd you say? I can hear you.
Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, sometimes we're just like, we see, just like Florida, we see things. We're seeing, and that's just, what we had a conversation about is that we've seen this for the whole entire of our friendship, of all our friends, including us, that we've seen our friends, including ourselves, like people are getting into relationships where we don't know, it doesn't make absolutely no sense. But, and then they get in a relationship and we're just like, what? Why would you get in a relationship with that person? And in a sense, we could be considered the Florida, where even though we don't express our opinions, we have that thing where we're like, why would you get in a relationship why would you like somebody like that when it doesn't make any sense? You're JJ's lighthearted, he's fun, and this girl, she's popular and she's stuck up. It seems like the two don't mix, So basically that's what I saw, is just like, it's just another story of, boy wants girl, girl doesn't want, and that's basically it. And, it happens. It's just, sometimes you just don't get the person you want, of course, right? Sometimes, you can like somebody and they just don't like you back. So, but, JJ, but the thing is that what, like JJ, instead of just keep being down, is to get out and go out and date someone else. Because there's a lot of people there's a lot of fish in the sea.
Yes.
Would you like to rebuttal, Dre?
Not at this point. Not at this time.
Sure.
I agree somewhat.
Somewhat. Okay.
Okay, so James did not take this serious.
What'd you say?
James, on the other hand, did not take this serious. Like, he was like, probably already knew, like, okay, well, yeah, JJ's he goes, I mean, okay, yeah, we don't know until later on in episodes that JJ goes through. But I think that was mentioned before too, that JJ goes through whatever women, or girls or whatever. And James is like, well, what's the problem? He's 17, she's 17. It's the same. It's like it'll be okay. It'll be
Yeah.
okay. Like, so, James wasn't, hating on the fact that, he's stuck on this girl, because he figured, he had a whole bunch of girls he liked and went out with or whatever by the time his age or whatever. And Dawn is not that it's not that serious right now. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Let me tell you one other thing too, is like Walona. When Walona came visit, she said some really swirly things in front of James, and I'm like, that I think if that happened about, she was talking with Florida about an old flame that she had, and then James was getting jealous. And the way she was saying is like, oh, I remember how you had that guy, you liked him and stuff like that. And I'm like, lady, don't be talking about my
Yeah.
old stuff in front of my man, and James, and then what?
Don't be talking about my past in front of my husband.
Yeah, and it's just like, Walona, there's some other stuff. I think when she first came in, she said something that, and she was talking to James, and I'm like, yeah, that's a little bit too much. I'm like, I know she's a family friend and she can say what she wants, but it's just like, I think in my day and age, I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's the boundary. Don't talk to my man or in a manner that's kind of flirty or anything like that. However, I have to say what Walona had on was very cute, light little green pantsuit, which makes me think, I'm like, that outfit, even as I'm looking at it in 2024, it looks expensive. I mean, I know, every time I look at their clothes, I'm like, it looks like the Goodwill because it's 70s, but that's another story. But Bologna looks put together. I'm like, it just doesn't make any sense how you can. And then when she opens the door, you can see the graffiti in the back. She's going in the hallway, and I'm like, you got this cute outfit on. It just doesn't make any sense. It don't match. And I'm like, you're only living in the ghetto so that you can buy clothes. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you? That's nothing too. Is like you would get mugged for dressing like that. How remember the Jordan thing where if you wear Jordans, you would get them stolen. I mean, I'm not saying that was happened in the 70s. It's just like it just doesn't match. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they did dress nice. Maybe women did dress nice in the projects and the Cabrini Green. I have no idea.
They don't have to look all crappy all the time.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
No, that's it.
Well, I mean, you can look presentable, but just like Florida, she looks presentable. It looks like she got her outfit like at Macy's or something, some high-end store, possibly. I don't know. I'm just saying, kind of suspect. But other than that, she looked nice. Very nice wig. Very a great ensemble. I like it. But the way she was talking, I'm like, come on, Florida. I mean, Walona, don't be talking. And then James getting jealous about somebody who is like, what, 10 or 20 years ago? I'm like, okay, just calm down, man. Be like, Walona, keep your trap shut. Don't be talking about all this stuff. So, Thelma was dressed very nice, cute. Well, I would do better. I was just like, I didn't like the blouse, but at least she looks cute. Yeah, she always looks great. Little cute little blouse from the 70s. Huh?
I didn't pay attention to the outfits.
That's okay.
I didn't pay attention to the outfits.
She was wearing those jeans you don't like. They're not the patches, but they're kind of like the blue jeans they're kind of multi-striped and they're kind of different colors, hues or something. So it's the bell bottoms. I mean, whatever. So, but I don't know. But other than that, it was great. The episode, like you said, it was lighthearted. It wasn't about nothing about anything that's downtrodden that's gonna make people think, or nothing that's political or anything like that.
I like how they ended the season like that. you know?
Yeah, I think it was some good, pretty good creative writing. And it's just gonna get better, right?
Sure.
But other than that, I give this one a thumbs up. And I can't think of anything else except really good episode. I definitely watch it. And oh well, also one more thing is this is the beginning of JJ's with his outfits, presenting them, the crazy outfits and so let the buffoonery begin. That's all I gotta say.
Buffoonery began.
That's what we'll see from now. However, JJ, he's nice. I guess that's a nice outfit considering it's the 70s. I don't know. No, it's not. Okay. Anyway,
I think if I was older in the 70s, I wouldn't wear it.
yeah, I would say
Because I
that
was just,
outfit's more. Huh?
I don't know. I was like, if I was older, if I was a teenager in the 70s, I wouldn't wear it.
Yeah, when Thelma looks at him, she's like, I can't believe it. So I guess it's not something that you would wear. But
Yeah.
but if you're like on Soul Train or something, I guess that's something you would wear so you can get attention. But whatever, it's just the beginning of the era. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, good episode. Great
Good
little episode.
lighthearted episode.
Yeah. So, any last words?
Uh, not
No.
really, except for there's no. I wonder if this is like an episode, the only episode without Michael. I don't know.
No, I think there's. I'm sure there's a few. I don't know, but like, does it matter? Sorry. Not that I'm saying what. What'd you say?
No, I guess not. I guess it doesn't matter, but
Not to be a spoiler, not that it matters if I'm not spoiling anything because everybody's seen this, but it's not. But as the seasons go by, I feel like Ralph Carter's character dwindles down, and he's not the militant midget anymore, and so his character kind of shrinks. It's kind of like Jennifer on Family Ties, and it's kind of like Judy on they're just like, hey, I'm home, or hey, I'm gonna go to the room. It really dwindles. So I think the first two seasons, or maybe first two, 3 seasons or four, Michael's more prominent, but as when James goes, Michael's dwindled. So a little bit. But
yeah,
I think in the last 2 seasons, it's like he's really like, especially when Janet Jackson comes in, he's not the cute little guy anymore. So he's really dwindled. It's so yeah, he's like the middle child. So
yeah,
he's got some good runs, but that's just how it is. So but it's all good.
it's all good.
All right, thanks so much. Make sure you like and subscribe wherever it's at.
Like
And go to our
and
store and buy some merch.
subscribe.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us on Hanging and a Jiving in the first season, going into the second season.
We got through the first season.
First season, woo! Yeah. Bye.
See you later.
See you in the
See you
second
later.
season. See you in the second season.
Bye.
Okay.